Okay, 2016 Kia Soul. This was in a rollover. Just doing some airbag work here. We replaced the curtain modules, both the seats, the side airbags went off, the pretensioners, and we are going to replace the control module as well. Before you change out the control module from the original one in the Kias and Hyundais, what's required is variant coding, which is just putting in a code specific to that vehicle. You can get that offline if you need to, but the easiest way is to get it out of the old module. And on top of that, with the new control module, once you put that in, you cannot perform the variant coding. You can't enter that code, which means it won't really be functional until there are no other problems with the systems, circuit codes that might set, any issues. So the other thing, once you've replaced all the components except for the airbag module itself, we want to go in here, check for codes, and then we want to pull the variant coding. So we're going to go Kia, get this set up so you can see it. Okay. We're going to have it read the VIN automatically. There we go. Gotta hit the right button. Now we hit OK. That's our vehicle, 16 Kia Soul, yes. We're going to go into diagnosis, pick our control unit, and we want to go to the airbag. And I'm actually not sure which one to go to. We'll try this one. Okay, so our variant coding, if you want to find the one currently in the module, is that ECU coding code PS23. So remember that. I wrote it down. PS23. Okay. And then also, you want to go in here and see what codes you have. Now, there will be a code for a crash event, and that will not go away. That's this active one right here. Rollover event, replace SRS control module. And that's the case with just about any airbag module. Once the crash has happened, you're going to have to replace it. Now, there's some other codes in here, battery voltage, impact sensor. Those are history codes. Those are not current. So once we plug in the new module, we should be able to do that variant coding and not have an issue. Alright, so that'll be the next step. I'm going to put this new control module in. I'll bring you guys back and we'll walk you through the steps of doing the variant coding. But checking all this stuff first with the old module still in is going to save you a lot of hassle. You won't have to go online and pay to find that code. And then also, you cannot do that coding on the new module if it sets any problems or codes for problems, like a pretensioner that's been set off. And don't forget about the seatbelt anchors in these ones too. They not only have a pretensioner that pulls the belt, but there's a anchor that cinches the belt basically down at the base there, and those could be set off as well. Again, if that's a circuit code that's present, even in the new control module, it won't let you perform the coding and finish the job. So I'll stop the video here and we'll bring you back once I get the new module in. Alright, so real quick, just wanted to let you know, if you're doing an airbag control module replacement, to make sure that you follow the service procedure, disconnect your battery before you unmount this thing and start moving it around. Definitely don't leave it plugged into the connectors and start moving around. There's a sensor inside of it, and if you move that control module around while it's plugged in, you have the potential to set off the airbags in the vehicle. So make sure you're following the service procedure. I'd always disconnect the battery from these things. Alright, so we got the new module in, and I just want to show you the code that you'll get if you don't do the coding. It will say ACU coding error, because we haven't done the variant coding yet. And here's the deal again, if you have an issue with a component that's setting a code, it won't pop up at that point. It'll show it in your old module, but not the new one. So what we're going to do is do this variant coding. Hopefully you guys remembered that 4-digit alphanumeric code that we had. It's alright, I do. Okay. So it serves to alter the setting the ECU according to the specification when the module is replaced, and it'll mention it again but you can only enter this code one time. So you want to make sure that you enter the code correctly. Okay. Alright, and if you read that here, it says warning. When entering the code, please pay special attention to not make a mistake. That's because you can only do this once. Okay, so our number was PS23. See if we can get it to go here. There we go. PS23. Okay, so we're going to hit enter. And we're going to hit OK. Variant coding completed. Alright, PS23. So now it has all the information in there. So we should be able to go back here, read codes, and see what pops up. No codes. So we should be good to go on this one. I'll put everything back together and do my final checks, but that is variant coding for a Kia or a Hyundai airbag control module replacement.